I thought both teams played really, really hard, and I think we talked before the game about finding a way to have some success given the situation we're in, and one of those ways is to have some balance. And I thought our balance at both ends of the floor was phenomenal. Obviously offensively, but defensively we were as good as we could be. So they play really hard. We had a lot of trouble against that zone, but we made just enough shots. But defensively, our kids were really locked in, and really appreciate that. And one thing I should have started with, I'm sorry. I want to thank Coach Mitty. He gave Steph a card, handwritten note before the game. I thought that was a very classy move on his part. And I've heard from a lot of people, but that says a lot about coaches and what they think and why we do what we do. So I just really wanted to mention that and thank Coach for doing that today.
It sounded like yesterday you kind of, when you were talking about filling that gap for Steph, that you kind of were challenging Danae to step up and contribute a little bit more. How do you feel like she responded to that tonight?
I thought she was fantastic at both ends. I mean, you look at her numbers offensively, tremendously efficient. She had to guard Gabby Gregory most of the night, who's the leading scorer in our league. That's the Danae that we know is there, and the Danae we have to have now for sure. And I don't really know the reason. I've been discussing that with her at length, and maybe to give her credit too is she's a smart kid and she understands where this team is, and maybe she just said, all right, if that's what you want me to do, I'll do it. And she was as good as she's been since she's been at Iowa State, and hopefully that's a great springboard for her moving forward.
You mentioned the defensive effort, and I think what'd she end up getting? Gregory had scored 20 plus 5 straight, averaging 21.8. How good was she there? And it made it tougher when she posted up, especially.
Yeah, that was something we talked at length. Was Lex did a great job on Sundell, who's a really good guard that sets their offense and is tall and skilled. And then we talked about not letting Gabby post us up a lot. She's really good. They do a lot of really good stuff where that's some misdirection, and then all of a sudden she's posting. And I thought for the most part, Nay was pretty good. Our double teams, we don't do it a lot, but we kind of put it in on the fly because we're doing a lot of things that we normally don't do. But overall, it was really good, and I thought it was the kind of defense that we need to play, position, scouting report defense, not committing too many silly fouls. But Lex and Danae were, both of them were phenomenal defensively tonight.
And how nice was it to see Lexi get on a hot shooting streak, not just see one go in, but see several go in. I think she was 3 of her first 4 from 3, and she just kept going.
No, I mean, she's really becoming one of those kids that you count on every single game. Like, she's going to guard someone really good, and she's going to score. And she did it against Oklahoma. Last year at times, obviously, it was really good defense, but couldn't get it in the basket. But her shot selections is really good. Her defense is good. Today was her birthday, so it was a great birthday present for her. But, she's as good a guard as there is in this league, and she's playing like it. And I joke with you guys all the time about people talk about a two-way player. I thought that's what you're supposed to be in basketball, but she certainly is one of those, and changes the game at both ends of the floor for us, and that's important.
Do you see Emily kind of step up her game too? Because you look at the numbers, rebounds, assists, and I think 1 turnover.
Yeah.
It seemed like that's kind of representative of what she did all last season.
Yeah, I think she would tell you right off the bat the 1 turnover she'll be happy about, or maybe she not. She might be pissed about the 1. But the kid plays so hard, and she's the leader of our team. She keeps us organized. She's the one that everyone listens to. And, we've been really asking her to hunt her shot a little bit more. I think she's been not offensive-minded enough, and especially now without Steph, we can't have anyone out there that's not looking at the basket. And, she can, and she's in the gym twice a day, and she scored a gazillion points in high school. I'm like, we need to do that here. I mean, why are you in the gym shooting all the time if you're not going to shoot? So, but that's the kind of game we need from her, and probably her best game of the Big 12 season so far.
Obviously, this group, I guess outside of Danae, has played a lot of basketball together already. But is there, when you add a player like Steph who can take up so much airspace, being the kind of player that she is there a learning process now of them figuring out, like, hey, we've done this before, but we got to figure out how that rhythm worked of getting back to that what they were even a year ago?
No, that's exactly what we've talked about with them for 2 days. And the good news is you played together. You had some success last year. Danae's in, but, she's in a guard spot that Aubrey and Maggie, were in a lot last year. Nye's back in there. But, yeah, it's our whole system was from the summer on was built in a certain way. And now the system is reverted back, which is fine, but that's going to take some time too. But, if you play hard and do the things that we did tonight, see the ball go in the basket a little bit, I think their confidence will come back. But I don't think there's any question that the success that, and I talked to them about that before the game, like the success that group had last year, a lot of that is still in the room. So we just got to play that way and adjust, and hopefully every day we'll get a little bit better, and we'll have to show them a lot more film from last year than this year.
Can you talk about Nye's versatility and kind of filling in that small ball role?
Yeah, Nye's has really, I've said this a couple times, since the conference started, she's kind of been the Nye that ended last year. I don't know if she, just waits for the conference season to start, but, we played her at the 5 tonight. The matchup was good, but, she does a lot of things for our team. She'll rebound a little. She'll defend a big guy. She'll defend a little guy. She can stretch the defense and make a three once in a while. But she's going to be she's a very valuable part of our team. But obviously now that value has increased exponentially. And especially in a game like tonight, because they were like us, kind of spread the court. They didn't have a true back-to-the-basket post player. Now that'll change in the next game, but that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to adjust to game, and her versatility is a big piece of it.